The Democrats are struggling here. Right? Their agenda is falling apart. They are not able to push forward any elements of their agenda, and they are facing down some real problems, right? That problem on the border, it ain't going away. How bad is the problem on the border? It's so bad that it's hilarious to Kamala Harris. There's a basic rule for Kamala Harris. The funniest things in life are hard questions you can't answer. They are so funny. Like, I desperately want to play poker with Kamala Harris. Like, she has the worst poker face in the entire world. The minute that she is asked a remotely difficult question, she starts guffawing like a crazy person. It's wild. And she should be handing people cards like Joaquin Phoenix in Joker. It says, "I'm sorry, I have a condition." Like, I don't know where it's coming from, but it's so weird. She's so bad at this. Joe Biden must remain alive for the Democrats to have any shot at 2024. Because if Kamala Harris is their candidate, she is not winning a national election. There's just no way. The latest example, so she's appearing with Lester Holt. The border crisis continues to be a crisis. And he asks her about the border crisis. This is one of the worst clips of any politician I have ever seen in my life, particularly a politician who's supposed to be so professional and so poised and so incredible at this. Here is Kamala Harris being an utterly crazy, incoherent person.
Just quickly put a button.
Okay.
Do you have any plans to visit the border?
At some point, we are going to the border. We've been to the border. So this whole thing about the border, we've been to the border. We've been to the border.
You haven't been to the border.
And I haven't been to Europe. And I don't understand the point that you're making. I'm not discounting the importance of the border.
Well, I mentioned it because I know Republicans have certainly come at you on this, but Democratic Congressman Cuellar has a border district has said to you and the president, come. You need to see this.
Listen, I care about what's happening at the border.
She's shaking her head while she talks about how much she cares, which is always a great indicator. Also, nothing is quite as hilarious as being asked a question you have no answer for. I mean, she always looks like she's right on the verge of laughing, like really like the Joker. She breaks into that crazy grin, and it's so wild, man. It's so crazy. And also her answer, he says, "You haven't been down to the border," and she's like, "I haven't been to Europe either." Are we having a migration crisis from Europe right now? Are there like several tens of thousands of children who are being held in cages in some sort of internment camp that I didn't know about from Europe? Also, do we have a border with Europe? Last I checked, I mean, I may not be a geographic expert, but there's like a giant ocean between us and Europe. And there is nothing between us and Mexico other than some wall that you guys want to tear down. So, and some river that people can cross. So I'm just wondering, like, what now? She's so bad at this. She's so terrible at this. I swear, if Biden slips going down those stairs to Air Force One, the Democrat era of dominance is over immediately because that lady is not capable of leading a successful Democratic Party. Combine a radical agenda with a non-moderate, half-senile face like Joe Biden. Combine that radical agenda with Kamala Harris, who is more intellectually with it than Joe Biden is at this point, but also completely unable to hide what appears to be a movie villain laugh lurking beneath the facade. It's wild. So I've told my kids many, many times. I've told them, if you want to be happy in life, if you want to enjoy life, become a movie villain. Because if you ever watch movies, it's always the movie villain who's having a great time, right? I mean, like the Emperor in Return of the Jedi, he's constantly laughing, right? Life's a ball. He's just really enjoying Jafar in Aladdin, right? Villains have the best time. I've never seen a politician laugh like Kamala Harris laughs unless it's in a movie and there's music that is coming up, that is like rising villainous music from beneath. It's like, it's so crazy, man. She is so bad at this. I love the fact that the Democrats picked her specifically on the basis of her race and on the basis of her sex. And now they are stuck with her. They cannot replace her, you understand? Because if they replace her, then they have replaced a black woman. So if Joe Biden were to fall down on Air Force One, and if the life alert weren't to work, God forbid, and she were to become president of the United States, or if Joe Biden were to retire and she were to run in 2024, Democrats are screw-ed. They have a serious Kamala Harris problem because they can't supplant her with anybody else. Because that would be to reverse the cause of equity. You can't replace a black woman with somebody else. She's like right at the top of that intersectional hierarchy. So unless they can come up with like a pansexual, half Native American, half black, transgender person, unless they can come up with that to replace Kamala Harris on the ticket, they are screw-ed. Identity politics has locked them in. And this is what they're stuck with, is Kamala Harris. Good luck to you guys. You made this bed. Now you're going to have to lie in the bed of identity politics by making an identity politics politician your VP without any regard to whether she is even good at this. Woo. They have a serious problem. Or as Kamala Harris might put it, I know what you're thinking. It's time to binge some more Ben Shapiro videos. Well, you are right. You should. But first, like and subscribe. Perfect. I'll see you in the next video.